Hello children. First of all of you welcome in standard 7th, and here is the general science textbooks index is there. In this index you see the 20 lessons are there that we have to complete in whole year, and in these lessons inside, some are from biology, some are from physics, and some lessons are from chemistry. And the first lesson of this textbook is the living world and adaptation and classification that we are going to study today. Okay, so the living world and adaptation and adaptations and classification. So here let's start the new lesson, the living world and adaptations and classification. So which adaptations are seen in living organisms? Just if you see the different animals, we can see all are living organisms, but the body structure and where they are living in that region, as per the region, the animals are different. If you take the example of polar bear, it has a long hairs on their body. So why it is adapted? Because there is a heavy rainfall, heavy snowfall is there, and due to protect their body from the cold, these bears have the hairs on their body. Afterwards, if you see the example of camel, then it has a water sac for the storage of water in his body, because it if you see, it lives in the desert region and there is a scarcity of water, and for that purpose that adaptation is seen in his body. So that is the adaptations as per situation the animals get in their body. Again, if you see that behavior of the animals changes as per the environment is called as a adaptations. So here is the let's recall inside a question is there: in what different ways is the diversity in living organism seen? Okay, so where it is living? So for example, if you take the example of fishes, they are living in the water. So for the respiration they have the gill, and we and other animals, we are living on the land, so we have lungs for the respiration. Okay, that is the diversity is seen in the animal. In this way there are so many varieties are there, or so many diversity is seen in the different animals. Again, if you see the example of the human being, then also you will understand that there are so many animals, human beings are there, but they are totally different from one another. Okay, we will start the lesson now. A great variety of plant is found on the earth. Okay, you know that the great variety of plant is found on the earth. For example, if you see the aloe vera tree, then its leaves are fleshy and it has a thorns on their leaves. Why it is there? So this plant also grow in the region where there is a scarcity of water. So they are storing the water in their leaves for the when there is a scarcity of water. Some plants have the colorful flowers. You see gulab, mogra, zai, they have the different colors. Some plants grow in the water, whereas some are found in the desert, which have the scarcity of the water. Okay, then some plants are found only in the snowy region. Okay, they grow only in the snowy region because the structure of that plant's body is developed for that purpose. Some plants cannot be seen without a microscope, whereas some are huge in size. Okay, so some plants are there very small. Animals are also small. You know that amoeba, paramecium, euglena, they are very small. We cannot see with our naked eyes. We have to use microscope for that purpose. Same way, the plants also, they are very small. They are microscopic, whereas some are huge in size, like mango and banyan. These are the very big plants. Like plants, animals too show diversity. Okay, just before we are discussed, that is animals also show the diversity, means their body structures are different. Some are unicellular, means their body is made up of only single cell, and other are multicellular. Like us, we are the multicellular animal. We, elephant, lion, all animals are the multicellular. Some are vertebrates, whereas some are invertebrates. What is vertebrates? Vertebrates means they have the vertebral column. If you see in your body, we see the vertebral column from the neck to the our waist. Okay, so this is the vertebral column, and some are the invertebrates. For example, snail. There is a vertebral column in that body? No, they are included in the invertebrates. The animals, those have the vertebral column, those are called as the vertebrates, whereas the animals that doesn't have the vertebral column, those are called as the invertebrates. This world is full of variety of animals. Okay, means so many animals we can see. Then these animals are present in different geographical region. Some are aquatic, means those living in the water. Some are terrestrial animals, those live on the lands. Then amphibians, those who are living in land and water both, those are called as amphibians. And the example of amphibian is the frog. If you see the frog, it lives in water also and it lives on the land also. Then reptilians. Reptilians means those animals which squirrel, those animals who crawl on the land. And aerial, the animals, those who are living in the air. For example, birds. So in this way also, the varieties of animals we can see. These observations give rise to the question, how did this great diversity come into being? So how it comes? So that is a question in front of us. Then we will see, here is a question. Are the plants and animal from Kashmir and Rajasthan of the same time? Okay, actually this is the question you have to answer, but now I will tell you, is it same? No, is it not? Why? If you see here in the picture, you will see that these are the plants present in the which region? Desert region. If you observe this, these are the stems of these plants, and that stems are fleshy and it stores the water, and they have the thorns on their body, and these thorns are actually the leaves. They are what? Adapted into the thorns. So if you see these plants, then can you elaborate on any differences between these two? So the plants, those are in the Kashmir region, they are their leaves are flat actually, and these leaves are thorny in structure. The water storing capacity is present in this type of desert plants, but it doesn't present in the plants which are grown in the Kashmir region. After that, we will see the coniferous trees like pine and devdar flourish in the snowy region. If you see the structure of the coniferous means cone like ice cream cone, how it is there, this type of cones are cone like structure is there. When the snow falls on it, then what happens? When snow falls, at that time the snow get fell down from that tree, and for that purpose the structure is coniferous. And however, the desert like Rajasthan, plants like cactus, acacia means babool are to be found. The camel means this, I just explain you this structure of this plant. The camel, a desert animal, is not found in the Kashmir. Why? Because the body structure is not developed for that region. Now what is the reason of these differences? So the reason behind it is the geographical conditions. Okay, then we will see the adaptations. So gradual changes occur in the parts and also in the behavior of organism, which helps them to adjust to the surrounding. Such changes are called as adaptation. Okay, so if you see, the gradual changes occur in the body parts and also in the behavior of organism, which help them to adjust to their surroundings. Such changes are called as adaptation. This is the definition of adaptation. You have to note down this. Okay, so what is the meaning of this adaptation? Gradual changes. Gradual means slowly. It is means suppose we are just changing our place. If you change our place, our body is not adapting. It takes so many years, thousands of years for that changes, so this word is used here, that is gradual changes occur in the body parts, and also means body parts inside the changes occur. For that purpose, it is the best example, that is the giraffe. The neck of giraffe is too long, okay, but it is not takes place in within 1 or 2 years. It takes thousands of years, and for that the reason is that reason behind it is that when there is a scarcity of water, at that time the plants from the ground region get what happens, dried, and the leaves are present only on the high tall trees. So for that purpose they are elongated, or they are stretching their legs and the neck to get the leaves from the plants, and for this situation was be for so many days, and that's why what happens, the body of that giraffe shows the changes, and neck and leg becomes long. Okay, then so what is the behavior of organism parts, and also the behavior of organism, means organisms behavior also changed as per the body, which help them to adjust to their surrounding. For the adjustment in that surrounding, the body shows the changes, and such a changes is called as a adaptations. What I told you, to adjust with the surrounding, the plant or animal body shows the changes, and such a changes are called as a adaptations. Okay, now after that, so that takes place over a long period, means it is not takes place within 1 or 2 days or 4 or 5 years. It takes the long time for that purpose. Now we will see the chart is there in front of you, that is adaptations in plant. Observe and complete the chart. Include other plants from your regions too. We have to include our also plants which are occur or in our region. So first of all, here they gave example of lotus. So lotus, this lotus is aquatic plant. Okay, how it is, how are the roots? Roots are fibrous, means it show like a fibers. How is the hairs? In that way it is there. What is the characteristic of leaf? If you see the lotus leaves, it is there out. If you see these plants leaves are large and round with the waxy layer, means they are large also and they are round for the waxy layer. If you see they are round, so they can float, and waxy also, they can float on the surface of water, and there because of waxy, the water from that pond will not get sucked or absorbed by the leaves, and it will be live inside that plant. Again, characteristics of stem. So how is the stem? Stem is hollow and the flexible. Hollow means it has a space inside it, means air space is there. If you see, you try to blow the balloon and try to sink it in the water. If you try, it comes outside, and for that purpose only we are using the cans, which are the air is present can. Otherwise rings are there whenever we are swimming, and what happens, because of it we can easily stay on the surface of the water. So for that purpose, these kinds of stems are present in the lotus, and this helps to plant to live inside the water. Next example is the cactus. How is the habitat? It lives on the land, means it is a terrestrial. Okay, type of roots. Its roots are, cactus roots are, so roots of cactus are fibrous roots, and the leaves, if you see the cactus tree, then you can see that the leaves are fleshy and it has a water storing capacity. How is the stem? So leaves are thorny in structure, means thorns are there, no, those are the leaves of this cactus, and the stem, the leaf like structure which is seen inside the plant, that is the stem of that plant. Just keep in your mind, thorns are the leaves of cactus, and the stem leaf like structure is looking, it is actually the stem of that cactus plant. Next, it is the banyan. Banyan habitat, it lives it comes on, it is a terrestrial. So how is the type of roots? The roots are, if you see the roots of this plant, you can see that inside the land there is a taproot and upside some roots are coming from the stem, and that roots are called as aerial roots. In Marathi we say to it parambya. So these roots are gives the support to the plant, and because of that roots, what happens, the plant gets support also, and it helps in support also. So after that, the characteristics of the leaves. How is the characteristics of leaf? Leaves are thin are there, and it shows the network. Okay, and the characteristics of stem is a strong, long, it is strong and very thick. Root is there. And then afterwards, tomorrow we will see the adaptations in aquatic plants, and today we stop here only. So definitions, today you just learn the definition from this part of the lesson, and just this adaptations definition all of you learn. Tomorrow we will see the adaptations in the aquatic plants. Okay, thank you.